Hey everybody, it's George Mercado from Team Phenomenon. Today's video is called We Can Move Mountains. And I'll explain that to you. Write it down though. We can move mountains. I have friends that tell me, you know what, George? I want to start a business, but I'm scared to take that leap of faith. I want to find a better job, but I'm scared to take that leap of faith. I want to change my whole life, but I'm scared to take that leap of faith. What happens is that we get accustomed to the way we live. We get accustomed to that nest that we reside in. And everything inside that nest, it revolves around us. So we're afraid to leave that nest. When we take a leap of faith, now we stand on the very edge of that nest, we look down, and we spread our wings and jump off. We may fall, but then again, we may fly. Now you have to ask yourself, will you go through life? Can you go through life without taking that leap of faith? Without knowing whether or not you can fly? Everything in life happens for a reason. For every action, there is a reaction. We have the power within us to control our destiny, to make things happen. I happen to have learned this later in life. I spent a good majority of my life wondering, how come things doesn't happen for me? How come my destiny is so screwed up? When is my big break going to happen? When is that opportunity going to happen that's going to change my life? And I tell you honestly, I spent way too many years thinking about that, pondering about that, wondering about that. And it dawned upon me. Later in life, but at least it dawned upon me. And that was, you want to change your destiny? You want to change your fate? You want to change your life? Well, guess what? You and only you have the power to do so. You can move mountains. We can move mountains. Positive energy, positive people united as one for one main goal. We can move mountains. But we got to believe that we can move mountains. We got to step on that nest, look down, take that leap of faith and jump. The most important thing is to jump. Because if you don't jump, you never know whether or not you're going to fall or if you're going to fly. And if you fall, get back up. Because you know what? You existed this long with falling along the way. And you got back up. So don't ask yourself anymore, how come things aren't happening for me? When is that opportunity going to happen? Because the only way that you can move mountains is if you believe you can move mountains. You want to start a business? Go online, Google it, research what it takes to start that business online. Research how much money it takes. If you have to educate yourself, take the time and educate yourself. Because everything in life is a learning process. From the day you are born till the day you die, it's a learning process. And the only way you can move mountains is you go out there and you educate yourself. I think inside of us, all of us, is the ability to move mountains. It makes no difference if you're poor, if you're overweight, if you're disabled, or you're not in the right set of mind. You have to get yourself in that right set of mind. There are people out there with no limbs whatsoever who are moving mountains, who are inspiring the masses, who are every day of their life, they're making other people think that life can be so much better than it is now. The only person you have to blame for the way your life is yourself. Because you stayed in that nest. You stayed within that boundaries that you're so comfortable with. I have no problem whatsoever talking to anybody online who's scared to take that leap of faith. I have no problem to be that guidance if you need. I'm not saying that I am perfect and I accomplished a million things in my life, but you know what? When I set my mind to things, I make them happen. There are two types of people in this world. The kind that make things happen, and the ones that sit behind and wait for those things to happen. And those people who sit behind 10 years from now are in the same situation, waiting for those things to happen. Well, I guess I'm going to end this video, because when I start getting tongue twisted, it means I get too passionate about what I'm talking about, and I don't want to look any further like a fool. So I will say, God bless you all. May white light surround you, and please believe in your heart that you can make things happen. Because if you can believe in your heart that you can make things happen, and you forget what other people think about you, what other people label you, what other people say about you, if you simply ignore that and you go 120% for what you believe, what you want, guess what? You will accomplish that. And all those people that doubted you along the way, guess what? They will feel to themselves, God, he did it. I could have done it, but I didn't have that energy. I didn't have that strength. I didn't have that willpower or that positive force. Well, here's the positive force to you. You can move mountains. We can move mountains. And we will move mountains. Regardless of what people think of us, regardless of what people say about us, regardless of what happens in our life, good or bad, we will move mountains if we believe and we set our mind to it and we give it, like I said, that 120%. Because you owe it to yourself. This is one life you live. One life. And if you don't move mountains, or you don't attempt to move mountains, or you don't try to go after what you want and what you believe in, then you have no one else to blame but yourself. With that being said, God bless you. I love you all. And we can move mountains. Catch you around.